Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahol, the Second Swing Golf, here at the PGA Show, joined by Dill from Titleist. We are talking about some wedges. So, of course, Vokey SM10 has been out for a year now, and now for us at Second Swing in the fittings, it's been awesome to have, not only the technology and performance, but also all the options. And so now we got more options to go through. So, Aaron, talk to us about what we've got in hand here. I want to start with this K grind, the 06 options. Talk to me about what this is and how it's kind of an evolution of the original K grind.
Yeah, so just to start it out, we have 27 models now in SM10.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? And in your space and in my space, fitting is such an important component to how we find the right wedges. Bob has always said we need to make more tools for more golfers for more places. That's a big part of this. And the 6° K has been tried and true and trusted for so long on tour. We felt, why not bring it to the masses and just allow it to be part of the process? The K grinds are wider sole flanges.
Yep.
They've always been known as bunker-friendly clubs, right? So players who play in softer, sandy bunkers who need some help in a bunker, everybody says, try the K grind. It's a nice wide option, and it is. But for players who play in soft, sandy bunkers but also have firm conditions to pitch and chip off, it's pretty tough when you have 14 degrees on our standard K. We needed to introduce a 6 to give players the ability to have both of those places confidently covered.
Interesting. So in terms of the type of player maybe that would play this, the low bounce is giving that versatility. Is that the idea? It's kind of like a little more versatile on especially the firm lies, but also able to maybe open the face a little bit more. Is that kind of the idea? And then also still have the ability with the K grind to kind of move sand out of the way out of those tough bunker shots.
Absolutely. So when we designed the Ks, that was really the thought process behind it, was how do we make more sand displaced so we can get to that ball and get the ball in the air quicker, and that's just flange width. Pretty simple way to do it. But at the same time, how do we make a grind that still sits nicely on the turf? And at 6 degrees, this is one of those wedges that when you set it on the ground, it sits so nice and tight that it just makes you feel like you do anything you want.
Right.
And then as you open up the face, it does rise a little bit, but Bob has engineered some camber into the bottom, camber being some roundness.
Sure.
And that again allows that wedge to move through turf easier, be a little faster, but also still not sit so tall that you feel like you have to change your technique in the process. So it is that nice balance of, I need some help in the sand, but I also want to pitch and chip it like any of the best players in the world.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I also wanted to ask, so we got kind of a new look here as well for the SM10 lineup here. We've had different finishes before, but this is a new one. Well, I should say, this one has been in the lineup in the past, but we're bringing it now to the present with the SM10. So talk to me about this unique finish here.
Yeah, so we've done this in the past. And I think when you look over the years of what Bob has done, there are a couple things, or a handful of things that have stood out that people really want to see again. We can't always make everything that the golfing public wants, but we look back over time and we listen to our consumers and players, and people said, where's the oil can?
Yeah.
Can we bring that back? I used to love the way that looked, right? And with oil can, you get a very low glare, kind of pre-rusted look that the tour players really enjoy, but it's just this stunning, silky smooth, root berry kind of finish that I think people will gravitate to. And as I'm standing here in the booth, there's a million people picking them up, just wanting to touch them.
Everybody got to gravitate towards all the oil can ones over there.
It's just a beautiful combination. And then we have the brushed Project X shaft, which is super cool, and this really cool old school grip that I think just goes so nicely with it. But from my perspective, when we look at what is important for us on the tour, you got to get the right grinds. 6° Ks are really, really important for us. They're valuable tools, but adding the element of this beautiful PVD oil can just sets it to another level.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to ask you too, since we're here talking about Vokey SM10s with you, of course, of all people, talking about you working with tour players, working with the best players in the world. How important is it for any golfer, let alone tour players, to make sure not only are their wedges fit for the game, but it's also potentially mixing in a variety of grinds in the bag, in the wedge set, to make sure you have the right club for any shot that you're facing?
Fitting is something that we don't stop talking about.
Yeah.
It's so important. It'd be really easy for me to say, hey, you're a 52, 56, 60 player and 10 degrees of bounce, whatever.
Yeah.
The reality is we play in different environments. We have different strikes. We have different divot patterns. We have all kinds of different things going on. And we got to find the right tools for the right things. So you have to get fit. And if you can't get fit outdoors in an environment where you can see, hear, and feel ball flight, go inside and work with people like yourself, get fit, try different things, and let experts explain to you why you need certain certain wedges, certain grinds.
Yeah, and then also the other benefit of second swing, getting fit is we have a 30-day play guarantee. So if you get fit indoors, try them out on the golf course, and you realize this isn't quite perfect, of course we can make that change for you. Get the right grinds that you need for both, short game, but also your full swings with the wedges as well. So, Aaron, thank you so much for the time. Again, some great new additions to the Vokey SM10 lineup. Go get fit for your Vokey SM10 wedges at second swing. Get your short game dialed in. Thank you again, Aaron. This was awesome.
Thank you.